Webtoons fans, anime fans, fans in general, popular anime site Crunchyroll announced yesterday that they would be working with Webtoon to make animated versions of some of Webtoon's comics. That is huge, and what a power couple they are. Now, Webtoons has kind of dipped their toes into the water of anime recently. They made a short series on YouTube for My Giant Nerd Boyfriend. They made a short series for Let's Play, and both were great, but this is a huge step for both companies, and obviously fans are very excited to see what Webtoons will be chosen for the collaboration. No official statement has been made, so up until now, it's all speculation, and here are the 5 Webtoons I think would become the best animes on Crunchyroll as far as Webtoons go. Now, I have to scratch one Webtoon off the list before we even get started. Lore Olympus. What? That's my favorite Webtoon, so popular. How come it doesn't have a chance? Actually, it's a good thing. So Webtoons has already announced that they have teamed up with the Jim Henson Company, that's right, like the thing that made the Muppets, to turn the popular romance webtoon into a young adult animated series. I don't know how that's going to be, but I'm excited for it, so you should get excited for that. Likewise, I'll leave out Tower of God and Noblesse. These are probably Webtoon's most popular fantasy comics, but the announcement was made back in August that they'd be getting their own animes. So regardless of what companies Webtoons has enlisted for this project, it's a done deal, already confirmed. We don't need to speculate about that. It's done. All right, and it's going to be great. Now that that's out of the way, let's jump right into the top 5 with number 5, The God of High School. Now, The God of High School is a popular fantasy webtoon with plenty of episodes for Crunchyroll to work with. Plus, it's written in a very traditional anime style, so that plot would be easy to transfer from the comic to the big screen, I feel like. On top of that, while it's not as popular outside of Asia as some of the other webtoons on this list, it's perfect for the fans that Crunchyroll already has. I mean, it's jam-packed with Dragon Ball-like action and characters. If anything, the God of High School has the best shot of becoming the most popular webtoon anime, period. Like, of all the comics on the site, I think that one has the best shot of being a popular anime outside of the webtoon community. Number 4, I Love You. No, I'm talking about the webtoon. Don't get your hopes up. I Love You may have taken a hiatus that lasted for more than half a year recently, but it seems like the fans forgave that pretty fast after its return. It's kind of weird. The comic is consistently one of Webtoon's most popular titles, and its story just might work in an anime. See, I Love You isn't just another cliche love triangle comic. It's so much more than that. It has drama, mystery, and most importantly, it has fans sitting on the edge of their seats. If Crunchyroll wants to bring in a horde of webtoon fangirls waiting for the opportunity to shine in the spotlight, there's no better comic they could choose than I Love You. So I think it's perfect. I think fans will recommend it, and I think that it has a good shot of becoming one of Crunchyroll's animes. Number 3. Days of Hannah. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to dig up those feelings you got struck with at the end of Days of Hannah just weeks ago, but I do think that this webtoon would work really, really well as an anime. Why? Well, for one thing, it's a completed storyline, so Crunchyroll doesn't have to worry about any unannounced author hiatuses interrupting their series. But it ended recently enough that fans haven't forgotten about it, and what's more, it's proven that even in written form it can garner an emotional reaction from the fans, which, believe it or not, is really hard to do, but it's also really valuable because it creates a lasting impression, kind of like my winks. Alright, it makes people want to come back and read it again and again and again and again and again, and that's why I believe it has a good shot of both being one of the animes chosen by Crunchyroll and being popular on the site with Webtoons fans. Number 2, Windbreaker. Oh? You don't know what Windbreaker is? Oh, that's a little bit odd. Windbreaker is by far the most underrated webtoon on the site. It includes every type of genre you could think of, except maybe horror and thriller. It's funny, it's exciting, and the most recent episodes will really capture your heart, ask any fan. The webtoon follows a team of friends as they try to win a biking tournament. That's so boring, I hear you say. Well, maybe it would be, but throw in romance, gang violence, conspiracy, gambling, tragedy, and a host of fantastic characters, and you get a masterpiece. Unfortunately, I don't think Windbreaker will even be considered. It has a decent following in Korea, but hasn't really taken off elsewhere, and thus it'd be hard to convince Crunchyroll it deserves the investment. It's not personal, it's just business. But if they ever give it a shot, you can bet your bike I'll be one of the first people to sign up to watch. Number 1, Unordinary. Okay, it's the obvious choice for me. It has a huge fan base that Crunchyroll can steal. It's packed with action and drama. It has a storyline that's finally starting to heat up. And best of all, it's based in a high school. And if that's not a draw to a anime company, I don't know what is. All jokes aside, I think Unordinary could thrive as an anime. It would need a few jokes thrown in there, here and there, to keep things spicy, but it's a perfect first choice if Crunchyroll is looking to coax the Webtoons community over to their site. On top of that, I appreciate the fact that author Uru-chan has yet to budge and give the fans the romance they want between John and Sarah. This is a fantasy superhero comic, dang it. Stop polluting every storyline you see with your ships. So, if you're watching this, thank you, but remember, we're only going to wait so long for it to happen. Alright, like this video if you like this video, and comment below what Webtoons you think should be made into animes, and especially made by Crunchyroll. At this point, we're just waiting for Disney to pick up one of these storylines. Come on, it's bound to happen. And when it does, it better be a Shen Comics movie. You know you want that. I want that. It would be great, and you know it. Just embrace Blue Chair. See you next time.